Hello everybody and welcome back to Anno 2070. We are looking at our tea plantations right now, and why is that the case? Well, probably because we do have a giant oil catastrophe here in Photona now as well. I have no idea why. I didn't see any oil tanker exploding or something like that. So we do have a negative balance of minus 510 for the eco balance. That means, of course, that my tea plantations are down to 24% fertility here right now, and this is something that is terrible. And how did I actually notice that? Well, when I looked at Eden, just have a look at Eden, all my employees here are totally unhappy with me because, well, they don't have any tea anymore. It's going downhill, so we have to do something about that. Lucky for us, I do have the oil disperser already on one of my warships here, my hovercraft, this one here, and he's now already cleaning that oil spill here once again. And as we can see, the eco balance is increasing again, and so is also the productivity here of my team plantation. So hopefully we have solved this catastrophe that we have there right now. All right, all well and done. Let's go back to Cyberpunk, which is looking dandy and really cool at this point. We still have another city center here for, in this case, those are just normal tycoons that we have here. And in this episode, what we want to do, of course, is we want to upgrade them. So this is the big one that we have right now. I'm just going to expand a bit here, and some of you asked me if it's possible to build all three techs in, or all three populations and civilizations in one on one island. And yes, of course, I could just now build the echoes here. You know, if I have the town center for them, I could just build them here. I could mix all those cities together. Usually that's something I really don't want to do. I really want to keep them all with their own flavor, so you have different cities. And that is something I really love about Anno 2070, is that you have so many possibilities with city building. In this case here, you can mess around with all those assets, with all those civilizations. If you want, you can have them all in one island, or you can just, well, like in my case, have different islands, and each one of them does look different. So this one here is the tycoons, and of course the tycoons, well, it's a gloomy town. Actually, I'm a bit surprised there. It's not that gloomy, so I actually do quite like it. And what I'm doing here right now is I'm just upgrading a few of them.
Production breakdown
Of my tycoons. So we have this massive city here, and I almost like it as much as the echoes, to be honest. I mean, the echoes also look really cool and clean and stuff like that, but this just has its own flair here, his own flavor there, with the casino there in the center and the information center there. And right, I think it's time that we finally start the upgrading process here in the town center. Let's start with the red district, and then we can just continue. And there we have them, tycoon engineers, that's the one. And then we got the first ones here, also of course with the right color palette. It does cost me a bit of concrete, so we shouldn't spam too many of them for now, because I do need the concrete then for, well, future production chains that we'll have. And yeah, we're having the first few here now. We can upgrade lots of them, as you can see. So we'll just upgrade as many here around the monument there. So the monument is then full with those big towers there, and also here the blue ones. Alrighty, really cool. Especially if you have several here side by side, they connect, as you can see here. They do connect there. I do like that detail. The tier 2 buildings, they don't connect, but the tier 3 buildings start to connect then with each other. That is something really cool. And there we have it, our first engineers. Now, what do those engineers want? Well, they do want quite a bit here. As we can see, 2 more goods that we need. And I think they also go towards now, oh no, executives, that's the one, right, for the corporate headquarters that we want to have. So we do need to have one more tech stage, and they want to have now gourmet food, so luxury meals. And for that we do need the lobsters finally, and the truffles. So those two we have totally neglected up to this point. In Bainesville, what I can see is we do have truffles, and we should have lobsters as well. So usually you have lobsters on every island, as far as I can see. This one doesn't have it, of course. Now down here, this one's an empty island, so I'm inclined to go with the truffles here. There we have the lobsters. Do we have any other lobster? Oh, 2 lobster. Perhaps we got a third one, a third lobster. Very good. So 3 lobster fertility here. And then I only will need the truffle fertility in Neutron. And then we could actually already go with that new production. So for that, what I want to do is I'm going to send, Venture. And Venture I'm going to send here to the Professor. And the Professor will probably have something with truffles then at some point. If I reroll often enough. We do have enough money here, so it's not a big deal. And probably he doesn't even have truffles. As far as I can see, he's only got rice, vegetable and coffee. Right, so that's that. So he's not having any of that. We could have a look here at Sokuv, but then I'm paying Sokuv directly, you know, and we should definitely avoid that, because with that money, he's going to purchase some shares from ours. So we can also go here with the pirate there once again, Hector. And Hector, well, he's got different items there too. I don't think that he's got any fertility items though. Nope. He's not the type for that. So it's really, really trench coat as far as I can see. As long as I don't want to
just a few seconds.
Give any of my opponents their money endlessly. So yeah, it looks like it is really trench coat that is only selling than that. Well, it doesn't really matter, you know, we still have lots of resources. I really want to continue upgrading here a few more of them. Reason for that is so that we can unlock the second production chain that we have there while we wait for the truffles. And also down here, a few more blocks there in downtown Cyberpunk. Right, that's quite a few of them. So also here. And then we have the second one, the Champagne. Champagne, I think... Oh, there it is, right? Champagne will be unlocked now. There they are. And they need wine and sugar. Now, we do have both of them actually in Cyberpunk. I'm a bit surprised there. Yes, we would actually have both of them here in Cyberpunk. And I'm actually inclined to go with it, you know, because we still have a bit of space over here for some of those production chains. And yes, we finally also unlock the steel. That is something that's really important. And steel is really cheap as well. It really just needs iron. And with that, we can then already go for the steelworks. So let's do that. We do have... I think we can actually do that here in Cyberpunk anyway. We got lots of mining sites here.
We all just trying to survive. Just each in his own way.
Let's have 2 iron here.
So talk already.
There would be 2 smelters then.
See?
And over here we do have a coal. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's not a mine. That's something I can just place anywhere. But of course we want to go... Oops. We want to go here with the coal mine. And there's another mining site. I think we can still go with it. Right on. Down here we can have the production for steel. That is far away from the city, so we can still have a few districts going to this one here. And there I'm going to have 3 of those iron smelters. Right, it costs me quite a lot of eco balance here. And then I'm going for 3. What is that? Steelworks, I think. Yes, steelworks, side by side. And of course,
Production halted.
with that, I will need a new weather control station somewhere. Oh, alright, I'm missing a few tools there, no problem. I've got lots of building modules anyway, and tools I just need to wait there a bit, but while we have all those building modules, I really want to continue expanding here in Cyberpunk. We still have enough fish and alcohol, and we do have the blue community center down here. That one, so we can just continue. With the blue one, here we have the main street then, just as usual. And I think in this case here, let's have it like this. Let's see, there's the main street going just like that. And then down here, very good. I think Cyberpunk is probably the best looking city that we have here. Also here I'm going to have 2 more blocks, and also here can have some blocks, and yeah, let's have another full block here and this one. Beautiful. More people, more taxes, bigger towns, more impressive and stuff like that. Let's put the streets. I love how the streets are empty in the beginning and then they fill up with people walking around, and the higher the tier building is, the higher the tier stage here of those inhabitants, the more sophisticated those cars and vehicles look like that we have here. So a new district is born, and Shawma's screen gives an escort quest. Very good, we can do that. We do have a massive fleet, and oh no, it's not oil tankers. Very good. How many? Escort at least 3 out of the 5 ships. Let's get my main fleet over here. Alrighty, they're escorting this one. They're escorting this one, and the other fleet that is coming is escorting this one. And then that should be fine. And those 2, well, they will sink. They probably don't know it yet, but I'm going to let them sink. In Eden, we do have lots of tools. Let's get some tools up here. And yeah, I think some timber might also be not a bad idea for Cyberpunk, just in case we do need them for the productions that we have. And we do have enough tools now.
Fire discovered.
So let's also have a weather control station.
Game saved.
Oh, these autosaves. I hate it how the game always pauses. And then when you click around, you click on the wrong button. Now, we do have enough fertility there again. We still have enough energy. That's fine. And we are now finally producing steel. Let's just check it. We do also have enough iron. So in this case, we are already producing it from something else. So what I can see is that we could have... we certainly don't have enough energy for that. We do have, of course, the iron because we are producing tools. Right, and with the steel now, we can finally start the monument here in Megatron as well, which will be costing me, I think, 100 steel. Yes. And we would have the rest of it, so 100 steel it is. And we can also now start the mission. Now if that isn't a quite fleet there, holy moly, lots of ships. I think there's going to be quite a few battles here. Right, so they're on their way, and what I can see is also that tea is now plentiful again. So we do have now, yeah, enough tea again for my population, and that's also enough balance here once again. And what is going on here? I think there is a quest or something like that, but I can't see it. So nope, no quest so far. Down here, we still have lots of eco workers. I would love to start upgrading them. And what I can see is that, yes, indeed, when you build the monument, so that is something I didn't know, all the demands of the service buildings are met, you know. So those people here right now have full activity on everything, actually, because we have the leisure center. All right, so we don't need any of those service buildings anymore. I'm going to keep a few of them because I just like how they look, but we don't need that many anymore. So if I now turn down the taxes for the eco workers, they will all want to upgrade soon.
Warning, vehicle under attack.
And there we have the ambushes. Right, I think my ships are not sinking them really. Look at that, they're going away, they're going to continue again with following the ships there. As long as they're not attacking anymore, like this one here, you know, it's pretty safe. Right, but that looks good. So they're only defending themselves and the ships. And as soon as they can't attack anymore, they're not, you know, pursuing them anymore. Someone is still shooting at those ships though. Oh, right, they're not they're not escorting this one here. That's fine. We still have those 3 ships there that are safe. Quite a big mission, I gotta say that. So you need a firepower, certain amount of firepower there. Otherwise, no chance. There are the tools. Alcohol and fish is still looking good. Junk food, plastic is still looking good. We could theoretically, well, still continue building something else. In this case here that we have tycoons, let's have another public center. Escort failed. Oh, one of them, okay. Yeah. One of them.
Transport of goods on trading route. Negative.
And
Declaration of war between
oh,
neighbors registered.
that's it already with my building modules. No more. Doesn't matter, we got enough of them, and I really like this town here. Escorting looks good. And I'm going to get this trading ship here now down to Cyberpunk, so that once we have the steels, we already have 40 steels now. Once we have that, we can start with the monument in Megatron. And let me just check that here. We do have, yeah, building modules is missing a bit, but other than that, we are fine. Alrighty, still no trench coat. That is not such a big problem. It's just a bit of more waiting that we have to do here for trench coat to reappear. Because right now I couldn't do anything else. Let's have a look at my productions here. They also need steel, right? Yes, they all need steel. So in this case, steel is now our main culprit, and I think we can purchase it too. Well, probably not at Hector, but with trench coats, it's really all depending now on trench coat, and we need to wait a bit for him.
What do you need?
Oh, he's got truffle seeds. Yep, let's get to Sokov. Let's get my trading ship here. One of them must be empty, this one, and let's get down here. And then we're getting the truffle seed that we need. Alrighty, and we've also finished the escort mission, so we got another 3 of those proofs there, and we can now turn it in and get a tollware glass. So we do get some glass for each trade, and also 300 licenses. Now something else I've also settled here in Destiny. And in Destiny we do have Leon, so he's quite happy with us as long as we keep the balance of the echo balance in check. You know, so we really have to be careful here not to do too much. Of course we're going to have one major production here, and that is the champagne. So we do have the wine and the sugar here, and both of them, well, they do need a bit of concrete, a bit of steel here as well. I've also sent now my second ship to Megatron with 100 in steel, so we can also start with that soon. And while we're waiting with that, I want to go back here to Eden. In Eden, we do have lots and lots of building resources, and we do need them. We do need them for our production that we have here. Down here in Bainesville, we already have truffles. Now in truffles is only one of the things that we need. The other one would be the lobsters. And actually, it was vice versa. So we do have the grape fertility, sorry for that. We have the grape fertility, this one here, that we want to have on our ship. And with that we now sail to Neutron, because in Neutron I counted 3 lobster resources. It's actually 4, I think. Yes, it's 4 of them, and we can then use them. Of course I can also look it up here, and there we can see lobster. We have 100 tons of lobster population here in Neutron, so that's quite important. And with that, well, we can also start with the second production here, that we're going to do that in the next episode. We've also now got back Trenchcoat. He's in the sector again somewhere. He's still on his way now, and while he's doing that, let's get lots of building resources on Vigor. So also those things here, only the tools and the building modules, we want to have them here in Destiny, which is going to be one of our major production here for, well, the champagne. And hopefully champagne is not going to cost that much. So let's just have a few basics here. And by the way, yes, we do have a dam project here that would be available then at some point, producing lots of energy, but that's something for later. Now here, what I want to do first is get a bit of energy up and running. We do have here, by the way, also these monitoring stations here from Leon, and we can, you know, remove them for 5,000 credits each, but they of course will also then reduce the echo balance here. I'm not going to remove them because we don't need them here anyway in Destiny. I'm not going to have a building production here, something like that. What I'm going to have though is, or what we're going to need is lots of energy, so I'm just going to have a few of those wind parks here.
Game saved.
That's right, that's 200 of them, so we have really enough of that. And then we want to have, or we start with the sugar that we have over here for our champagne. So that's this one here. And I think sugar was, well, it was quite... Oh, he just tells me that there is a very good fertility here. And yeah, with the sugar, of course, it does need quite a bit of space there. And those farms are also quite big, gotta say that. But we can actually squeeze in 2 each there. Yes, we certainly will be able to do that. So let's have those guys here. And then I'm going to have 2 here. Oh yeah, we do need the building module. So let's just finish this one. Very good. And then we can have a street. Going then over here. And what we've also unlocked now is the uranium mine. And with that, then the fuel element factory. And with that, we can then get the fuel rods. And that would be something for the TYCOON, well, nuclear power plant. And that is something we're definitely going to do the next episode then. Stay tuned.